Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. In this video I'll give you a TLDR of my first Exobiology / exploration trip in Elite Dangerous. It's not my first time exploring because I've played Elite Dangerous at launch 10 or so years ago, and at the end, if I can make it back alive, the big reveal, how much money I got for my effort. So I reset my account to start from scratch. When I saw the first person camera gameplay, I skipped that tutorial in a heartbeat. Why is every one of these space games dead set on making code in space is beyond me. But I digress, this is not the video for this kind of rant. I did some rare goods trading to make some money, then bought a Diamondback Explorer. I kitted my ship the best I could and started with some exobiology trips in the bubble, so I learned the ropes, you know. I like the idea of SRV, I really do. It looks cool and it's fun to drive in low gravity, not gonna lie. I got a problem with the visibility from that point of view though, but that's another issue. The second one is recalling your ship, you know. It takes a while for it to arrive and the landing is pretty damn cool. But my guys, what is this? Can someone explain me how is my ship landing on the only patch of rough terrain around me? How on earth it lands right there?
Ship recalled.
No comment really. But no biggie, right? I mean, I will move a little and then I'm sure it will land on flat ground.
Ship dismissed.
It's like the ship's AI is busted or something, I don't know. But okay, let's not make a fuss about it and move again. This time further. Surely this time will work, right? Oh, come on, bro. Really? What do I have to do? How the hell does this even work like this? This would be the first check I do if I would have to program this shit, you know? So, is the landing area flat? No? No problem. Check in a 50-meter radius or something. Oh, it's a flat spot there? Great. Move to the right 20 meters and land. Why it has to be like this? It's just annoying, and this will make me hate the SRV. Why? Because the SRV is pretty cool. I like driving it. I love the idea of an SRV, but no. Anyway, after a while I managed to get into my ship, but I was already pissed and decided to get rid of the damn SRV because Hawk Toa.
Drive assist off.
Nothing else to add, really. So I didn't want to start the video on a bad note, but I want this to be in some sort of chronological order, you know. And hey, after all, this was my experience. So after I explored a few planets, I thought I got it, and so I decided to go turn in my findings, get rid of the SRV module for another fuel capacity one, for example, and go out in the black to put my beautiful name on some planets for posterity. Yeah, the Romanians will know what's up with my name. If someone is curious, ask me in the comments. I'll gladly answer and talk about it. So I know you can make a fortune doing this in the bubble, but I really want to be the first human to find a few things to stamp my name on some of the planets. I learned to use the full spectrum system scanner on the fly. I was mapping and learning my keybinds on the go. I was pretty pleased to see the Elite had pretty good default profile for my Warthog hotels and joystick, for example, and the track IR was working out of the box. Chris Roberts doesn't know it. I kept my full spectrum system scanner joystick keybinds, even if they are a bit clunky, for consistency's sake, you know. And after I made 100 millions from the few planets I visited to learn how exobiology works, I decided to go in a random direction, so I plotted the system, 36 jumps away from my current location. Let's go and see what I find and what I learn in the process. I bookmark my destination just in case I lose the waypoint for some reason, so I can plot it back on, and I know in the future the places I already visited, so I don't do it twice. One of the first planets I landed was one with only 2 geological signs. And by the way, I have no idea if I can scan this somehow. I just want to see how they look, you know. So, no idea if this can boil you alive. So I plan to keep the distance, as I don't want to die a stupid death from the get-go, you know. But it looks cool and I love it. Once done, I leave this planet, as I don't think there's anything else for me to see. I finally find this almost virgin system with 3 landable planets that also have an atmosphere. I'm not about min-maxing, if you didn't already tell, so I decide to visit all 3 of them. The first one is a small rocky moon of a gas giant, the closest to the sun. This is so cool. I am the first one who sees this. Wow. It's a pretty nice feeling, not gonna lie. Getting close, I prepare to map the planet with the surface scanner to see if it has any goodies.
Surface scanned by 50%.
It has 5 biological signals, and I reached my efficiency target of 4 probes. No idea how good is efficiency bonus, but yeah, I'll try to reach it every time if I can. So I pick up the signal with the least planetary coverage. I want to land in one of those small teal islands. The bad thing is, I have no clue what I'm looking for there, so if 2 biological signals overlap, I might pick the wrong one, then leave the small area and not find the main one ever again. But I don't stress over much to it. Who cares, right? I aim for a spot between light and day, so I might get a few cinematic shots with a more dramatic lighting and still see what I'm doing. I see some grass so far, but I can also see some other type of plant that looks more rare than the grass, I guess. I don't know. So I naturally go take the sample from that one, as I think it's the rarest of the 2. Then I find these sort of cool mushrooms. Nice one. And then I want to go on the dark patches of ground to see if I can find different stuff there, because I still have, I believe, 2 signals to discover. And I do. I find some bacterium. These things are pretty then hard to spot at times, as they are just some decals slapped on the surface, and often their color match the ground color closely. But yeah, not this time though. So I got 4 of the 5 samples and I got my first foothold. Big things have small beginnings, guys. Remember that. I fly around this gas giant, then I go visit the other 2 planets for my first foothold and all that. I haven't found anything interesting on them, so yeah, no point showing you any footage. And Chris from the future here, I found these things on the second planet in that system, and I found out later these things give great rewards if scanned, so good thing I stopped. Another photo session before I look for other adventures. Man, I love the ship sounds in this game. Overall, the sound design is pretty good. I only found like 3 of the 5 plants, but I got annoyed and left. A pity, but after 20 minutes of looking with no luck, I don't think it's even worth it. Maybe it is, but I will never know. Then the last one in this system, again, it has 5 signals, but I'm just speeding close to the surface for a while. Then I find the tubus plant again, scan it. And that's pretty much it. Also got the grass and one more, I can't remember, but again, I left without finding all 5 species. Ho ho! Now this will make my hand hurt. 80 bodies system. I'll scan it for sure because I'm curious how much money I'll make in the end, so I know in the future, you know. So the joystick controls are suboptimal for this, so I don't recommend it to any of you, but this is how I imagine I'd do this from my ship, you know. So for immersion's sake, there you go. This took me almost 9 minutes, by the way. But I'm still learning the ropes. By the end of this, I'll be more proficient with scanning, you know.
System scan complete.
Some more cool shots taken along the way, and yeah, not everything is cool and dandy, though some planet surface make the discoveries very hard to notice. This highly specular ground was a pain, for example. Well, the fact that I was moving towards the sun didn't help for sure. But what annoyed me on that ground looked great from the space, not gonna lie. Then I found this white planet that was equally annoying for different reasons. I think I would get another 10 if I'd spent an entire day there. Then I had to plot another destination, and of course it was in a random direction again. This time 49 jumps. Let's go. And look, I found Earth. I found Earth 2.0. This was my biggest disappointment, as you can't land on these Earth-like planets. For obvious reasons, of course, but yeah, it's a pity, nonetheless. I mapped it for the sake of it and moved on. But not before I moved closer, not before I moved a bit closer for a photo shoot. Then I found a planet with one signal and I decided to go find it, you know. But this was a pain in the ass. I found all 3 samples, but the decal was so hard to spot. I wanted to just leave the planet at some point. I'm a pretty patient guy. Some planets have an abundance of stuff. I feel like you can get all samples you need by just circling around a small area, you know. Then I stumbled upon this ring planet that was landable and I couldn't pass the chance, you know. So another photo shoot. I didn't keep an eye on how many jumps or how many light years I traveled, but I suspect I did around 150 jumps, maybe more. And I landed on quite a few of the planets I could land on, so it's time to reap the rewards, if I don't crash the ship to the station or something. So I have 104 million so far. Let's visit the universal cartographics first. 3 pages. Damn, the pay for this is pretty underwhelming. Jesus, 20 millions for a page, it's not too much. And the first to discover and map planets is abysmal too. Oh my god. It's not even worth it. Jesus. So all 3 pages gave me around 35 millions. Underwhelming, but let's see how much cash I can sell my exobiology samples. I hope it's a bit better. What? Are you kidding me? All that work? All that work, bro, for a bit over 100 million. Jesus, what the hell? Who balances these things? So note to self, the tubus thingies are very good. Even the bushes are good. And the bacterium is shit. Yeah, good to know. Because the bacterium is the hardest to find. So screw that. I will not scan that anymore. And the first 2 log bonuses are pretty damn great. Wow. Okay. It's fine, guys. It's perfect. I was thinking maybe I'll get 1 billion or something and I can make some flashy video title, but it's cool. It's decent. So over 500 millions bonus, I think. Nice. True.
Yeah, I feel a lot better now. I was a bit shocked at first and my heart even skipped a bit, I think.
But we are good. Now I can even try out some ships, you know. So I'll probably buy a Python and do some combat. And yeah, who knows what I'll try for mining. We'll think of something. I think I have the money to buy everything I want, really. I mean, even an Anaconda or something. Yeah, great. That's pretty cool. So I quite like the Odyssey content, minus the FPS bullshit I'm not interested in at all, but I feel there is a missed opportunity with the exploration in this game. I'd like to find all kinds of crazy shit like we see in No Man's Sky, you know. The amount of solar systems in this game needs a good procedurally generated pool of meshes. Some planet surfaces are meh at best and the atmosphere has mostly the same color at around the same hour, at around the same time of day, you know. Overall I got a few gripes with Elite Dangerous, but this game still has the best exploration gameplay in any game so far. I hope they make it even better because there is a lot of room to grow for sure. And my god guys, do something with the ship recalling, make the SRV more, I don't know, useful. Stop copying Star Citizen and continue developing your own game, you know, what you already have. Make Earth-like planets landable if you can, so add water on planets, make the atmosphere more, I don't know, interesting, and get rid of the meh looking bacterium decals and come up with something else that's better looking. I can't wait to try mining and combat. We'll do a video for each of those if I have time. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did and want more, I don't know, content like this, give this channel some love. Until next time, stay defensive. Don't waste your money on every cash grab this industry vomits every day. Even 10-year-old games like this one are still relevant.